Welcome to Post Game Live. Yes, it was the first night game, first primetime game in 2 years for the Patriots at Gillette Stadium, but a pretty similar result. Yet another win, 27-14 over the Jets. The Patriots' 8th win in a row. They're now 9-2. They got the best record in the NFL. From the best record in the NFL to the best post-game show in the region, in the nation. Right here, we got our guys. We got Phil Perry, Tommy Curran, 3-time Super Bowl champion, Ted Johnson. I'm Michael Holley. Patriots win this game. They haven't lost a game in the AFC East. They are now got a 3-game winning streak at home. They lost their first 2. Now they won 4 in a row at home. Got a comfortable lead over the Bills in the AFC East. Phil, lots to choose from. Let's go around the table. What stands out in this one?
Well, that's the Patriots taking care of business. That's them outclassing an opponent that really doesn't have the talent to keep up. Even though on Thursday night, sometimes those are the games where the bad teams are able to keep up with the good ones just because of the spot. And so I give Mike Vrabel, I give his staff a lot of credit for having them ready, having them energized. It wasn't a mistake-free game, but they were sound enough for long enough, Tom, to beat a team they should have beat.
Yeah, and that to me is the exact same thing, Phil. You get into this 10-day layoff before you play the Bengals on the road, but you've played, as Mike Vrabel pointed out last week, he said, look, we've played 10 straight weeks. Well, now it's 11. And that's a long stretch to go from the middle of July to now without any time off, Ted. And look, Ted's got some old school football sensibility right now. He's saying there were no two-a-days for these guys. But I really believe that they have answered the bell throughout in terms of what Mike Vrabel has asked of them. And, again, not the crispest win, but take care of business.
Have you guys ever seen Shawshank Redemption? You remember that scene, Andy Dufresne's on the top of that roof, and he's tarring that roof, and he's just sitting there with that smile, that permagrin. He's just watching his buddies drink those cold suds. He's just like happy, just smile. I mean, if you're a Patriots fan, how can you not be the same way? I mean, you're looking at this team. You got a quarterback. I don't know if I'd take another quarterback over Drake Maye. I really don't. I mean, he's that good. He's brilliant. I mean, it was old. It just felt like the old days there today. You had Gronk smashing guitars, dancing with Robert Kraft there at the end of the game. The defense closing out, forcing mistakes by the other team. It just felt like the old days tonight. And if I look like the captain ate to the canary, it's because I just think you got the right head coach and the right quarterback to lead this team into this next little iteration of whatever it's going to be.
What did I say earlier? Did I say it was a 4-game winning streak at home? It's a 4-game. If I didn't, it's a 4-game winning streak at home. And so not only have they really more than doubled their win total of the last 2 years combined, 8 wins the last 2 years, 9 wins here. They didn't, Phil and Tom and Ted, they really started to lose their edge at home. Not only were they a bad team overall, they were a bad team at home. You go to Gillette Stadium, the atmosphere was dead, no energy, obviously no primetime games. What have you seen from the Patriots at home? It seems like they've kind of reestablished their culture there, Tom.
Well, I think people have an expectation, and you spent, over the course of 20 years, you folks spent a lot of time, you spent a lot of money, you spent a lot of energy, and you began to have an expectation. And when that expectation wasn't being met, you did what a customer ought to do. They're not what they were. So you started turning the game off at halftime, a lot of you. And I don't blame you, because there was some unwatchable football. So they did lose their edge. They lost their edge at home, which was surprising to me. But I think that it must have been hard to play at home sometimes when you knew that the fans were very sick of the product that they were watching. So to me, this is important for them to regain that home field, because, Phil, they might just have it.
Well, I mean, they're just so hot right now. There's a buzz around the stadium, and I know it's a primetime game tonight, but even against a bad team like the Jets that they should beat and beat easily, it does feel like there's a little more electricity there. And again, this to me comes back to the quarterback. When the quarterback is playing the way he's playing, maybe he's being helped by the silence in the crowd at Gillette Stadium because people know what to do. Let that guy go to work. Make it a library when he has the football. They could be loud, they could be quiet. It almost feels like anything could be happening around Drake Maye, and he wouldn't be bothered, Ted, because tonight was another game where he was sniffing. He was oh so close to his first 300-yard game he was playing well enough to achieve it if needed.
I mean, look, are you kidding me? Come on back, Patriot fans. Come on back to see what this team's all about. I mean, if you haven't bought in at this point, I don't know. You're missing out because it's a fun team to watch. The level of the quarterback play. I mean, they're smart. They play hard. They got each other's backs. They're connected. They enjoy each other. Just the camaraderie is at an all-time high. So they are fully committed, this team, and to doing the best they can. So this is a very likable team. And I felt kind of the buzz. Guys, I'll be honest with you. I was out there for some of those preseason games, and it felt buzzy then. I think with the hope of Mike Vrabel coming back. Is Steph Diggs? I don't know. Hopefully, maybe he can return to form. Drake Maye, can he take that second-year leap? So there was a lot of anticipation going into the season, and all they've done is proven that they are the team that we all hoped that they would be. And it's just it's a lot of fun to watch this team.
All right, Ted, I said in the intro that you are a 3-time Super Bowl champion. You don't get to be a 3-time Super Bowl champion by being content with a 9-2 record and having the best record in the NFL in November. So I'm going to go away from your Andy Dufresne, who's just there smiling on the roof, and I'm going to give you a little bit something to frown about, just or wonder if this brings about a frown. In the red zone, the Patriots have been a little shaky. I feel like there was some, it's a good win over a divisional opponent, sure, 27-14. They cover. You're excited about that. If you put had some action on this. But they had a chance to really I feel like there was more meat on the bone scoring-wise, especially when they recover the fumble by Fields.
Yep.
And they come away with that, with a field goal. Are you concerned that they don't always finish these drives with some golden opportunity?
A little bit. I think their worst scoring quarter is by far the fourth. So, I mean, they've had, you're right. I mean, if they've had some issues, I think maybe, at least on the offense, maybe closing teams out. Defensively, not so much. I'm not that worried about it. I think they were 3 for 5 in the red zone. I think so for the most part. Their red zone offense has been pretty good. I think they've been middle of the pack. But what you're starting to see in the red zone is some creativity. Did you see that touchdown to Travion Henderson? He was in the backfield and ran a corner route. I have never, in all my years of watching football, ever seen a running back run a corner route from the backfield and get the touchdown. This is the play right here. And you see all the defenders, they go to Steph Diggs. And that's the beauty of Steph Diggs on this team, you guys, is so many times they focus in on him on these critical downs, and they leave the other guys wide open. Travion Henderson's wide open, and if you notice after this play, you'll see Drake Maye kind of look over. I mean, boom, perfect. I mean, they just knew it was going to be there. Drake knew it was going to be there. Travion knew it was going to be there. And Drake looks over to the sideline, and he points right at Josh McDaniels as if to say, yep, we practiced that in practice, and it showed up in the game, and we got it in the game.
Yeah. The interesting thing is red zone offense, as you pointed out, it's middle of the pack in terms of red zone. It's 25th in goal to go. That means scoring a touchdown inside the 10 when you get a first down inside the 10. But defensively, and we saw it tonight, inside the red zone, they are 31st in goal to go, 32nd in red zone. And it happened again tonight. So they're the worst in the league, red zone defense. Again, they won the football game, and we should, to a degree, be highlighting the things that went well. Steph Diggs with 9 catches. You can see the kismet that he and Drake Maye have together. Mac Hollins, another great game. When you look at the flip of the Patriots now being a wide receiver-driven team, as opposed to a running back or tight end-driven team in terms of receptions for the quarterback, you've seen a real metamorphosis. But those are aspects of the team we can get to. I want to see what happened in this 24-14 win, 27-14 win that led to this win. What could be better? So,
I just thought the scoring drive, their first scoring drive, talking about what went well, their first scoring drive in the second half, Maye was a magician. I mean, he's stepping up in the pocket, 2 hands on the football, protecting the football, making a throw down the field to Mac Hollins. Soon thereafter, it's another first down throw to Stephon Diggs, where he has to navigate pressure in the pocket. Again, I thought he was tremendous at that tonight. There weren't a ton of scramble, get way wide and make a throw down the field the way it was in Buffalo, their last primetime game. But there was a lot of extending the play behind center. Then he had this play, which to me, it was the kind of play where you hear the MVP chants and you say, okay, that makes sense at this moment right now, where he was scrambling all the way to the sideline, and then at the last minute before going out of bounds, just dumps it off to Stephon Diggs. I don't think Diggs was even expecting the pass, catches it, runs for another first down, and that leads to the Henderson catch for a touchdown. That's the kind of drive where you watch Drake Maye play after play after play, and he puts together 5 plays in about a 7-play span. And you say, I'm not sure there are many playing the position better than this.
Honestly, you don't see quarterbacks make those types of plays. He never gives up on a play, and that can be good, and that can be bad, right? I mean, you can get hit, by holding the ball longer, but he never gives up on a play. And that play that Phil's describing, the Jets defenders are going to be looking at that play and going, "Dang, man." I mean, what do we do?
What
do we do?
Yeah.
I mean, we have pressure. He evades.
Yeah.
He's right about to go out of bounds, and he still hits the guy. That's what you're going to see week in, week out with this kid. Is he's going to make plays that are just going to go, what happened there? He just never gives up on a play, and that can be a detriment, but it's also, I think, his superpower as well.
That play followed directly on the heels of him eluding the 2 edge rushers, 2 hands on the ball, scurries up in the pocket, makes a nice throw downfield, which then led to the play we're referencing, and then the touchdown to Travion Henderson, in which he used his eyes, moved people around, stayed composed in a way that, again, to point it out, what was our discussion at the beginning of the season? He gets a little happy, gets a little jumpy back there, his feet get a little busy, and it's just gone away. And I wonder how much of that is related to McDaniels, Mike.
You know what, Tom, that play you referenced, that is the difference. That is the biggest difference to me between Drake Maye 2024 and Drake Maye 2025. If we were talking about school, it's almost like he went from 11th grade to college. It just skipped. He skipped his senior year. He went to his sophomore year or junior year in college. I mean, it's unbelievable how he is. Last year, you'd see him in the pocket. He'd get flustered. He'd go down quickly. He would fumble the ball. Now, he just, as Tom said, he steps up, Phil, and it keeps his composure, keeps his eyes downfield, and makes plays. That is the biggest difference to me between Drake Maye last year and this year.
There's an incredible amount of poise there already, and I give the offensive line credit. We talked about it before the game began. This Jets defense did a tremendous job rushing the passer last week. So Will McDonald had 4 sacks. Jermaine Johnson, who had a sack tonight, where Hunter Henry was asked to block him one-on-one. A little bit of a questionable design there. But they have a pretty good unit of pass rushers. And the offensive line, I thought, gave him enough time, and when they didn't, he had the wherewithal to be able to navigate, help himself out, and create plays down the field. These aren't just checkdowns. These aren't, where's my security blanket? Let me just get it into the flat for 3 or 4 yards. He has his eyes down the field, and he's hitting guys for first down.
And you mentioned the check down. Like what I saw, he hit the check down a lot tonight. But it was like he kind of like he'd give the play as much possible time as he could right before he gets hit, and then he just dump it off to Travion. And then there was like 5 little dump offs. I don't think he was
jump passes. Yeah.
I don't think he was doing those early in the season. Now he's realizing, instead of having taken it down and running, oh, there's my outlet. There's my outlet. Now he waits for the plays down the field to open, and then at the last second he hits his the check down. So I liked the decisions he made to hit the check downs, because he wasn't going to the check down early in the season. He is now. Phil, just kind of reference it. He's a supercomputer. He learns very fast from his mistakes. The poise that Phil mentioned it's uncanny. You heard Al Michaels and Kirk Herbstreit talking about, they're just kind of like amazed by the poise and the calmness in which he plays the game.
Well, it's interesting, fellas. Before the game, I heard a lot of love for Matthew Stafford as the MVP, and he's been doing it for a long time. And he had those great seasons in Detroit, but nobody was paying attention. Now with this national TV game and another excellent performance from Drake Maye, I wonder if the tide will swing back toward Drake Maye as your MVP favorite.
Presented by Gem Plumbing and Heating. For an instant reaction to your heating, cooling, electrical, and plumbing needs, visit AskGem.com.